welcome back to, I don't know what week this is, 10, something like that. But yeah, we're going to just crack on, jump straight in and finish getting these couple of doors on. So I'm just going to whack on the hinges, whack on the latch and get it in place. Alright, good day and welcome to another day on the van. Now today we're going to be getting on with some plumbing, which is quite exciting. So the worktop's in and it's had like a coat of varnish since you last saw it. It's still going to have another one, so it's not completely fixed in. But I've just placed the tap and the sink in just to get a feil things underway. So I've got this nice PVC pipe suitable for drinking water. 10mm in size, 13mm outside, and I've got this little adapter piece to a 1/2 inch fitting. Don't know anything about plumbing, to a 10mm pipe fitting, and I've got a hose clamp. So on the bottom of the tap, you can probably see there, we've got that 1/2 inch or that fitting. So this piece hopefully is just going to screw on up there. Then this hose, which I've literally just drilled through, just underneath where that cable comes through, is just going to connect to this fitting, and hopefully that'll be the pipe work for the tap. So let's head around the back of the van and show you something else I've just kind of pushed together just to see how it fits. Alright, so in the back of the van here is my water bottle covered in dust, which I'll need to clean out. And in here is a submergible water pump, which that 10mm hose which goes through there is connected to. It's a really nice tight fit, so hopefully that should be alright, because I don't really want the hose clamp in my drinking water. And that just comes up. Cable then runs into this box here, where we have the switch for the water pump, which we do need to get wired up. So that'll be one of the next things. So now, before any of you go out and get this water pump system, I would definitely watch the rest of this video and see if it actually works, because I don't really know what I'm doing. So let's get it hooked up and we'll give it a test run. Okay, so I've just been to get a wrench and some of this plumber's tape stuff. Don't really know what it's called, but hey, I've seen people using this, so we're going to roll with this. Very much making this up as we go along. So I've heard you wrap this, well, it's going to kind of be hard, but around in the direction of the thread. I might just need to move you out of the way and I'll just show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to wrap this around the thread, screw this boy on, push this on and put a hose clamp on it, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end, because I need to lay down. Alright, so that was a little bit of a struggle, but it is all installed. So you can see the little brass fitting on the bottom of the tap with the hose clamp onto the hose, and that's on there pretty good. So let me let me zoom out and let's head round the back and we'll get the pump wire it up, and then work on the drain line for the for the sink. So yeah, we'll just have to connect the hose onto here, and we just need then a hole through the side here into the other jug, and yeah, we'll be ready to test it. Okay, so I have just got the sink drain hose in, which you can see there. Now it could be too much of an angle. I'm just hoping that that's not a problem, but I'm currently filling up one of the jugs, which is pretty much done, so we'll roll with that. Not quite 10 litres, but don't really need 10 litres. We're just going to test it, so let's get this dropped onto the van. Alright, so it's been a little bit, and I've just fixed a few little teething issues with things not being quite tight, not quite sealing correctly, but I have a working setup. So we've got the waste pipe and the clear hose at the back, which you saw, which literally just drop into the containers in the back. Now I'm going to modify the caps to make a seal, so when you go around the corner you don't have a tsunami of water coming out of each containers. But I'm just going to give you a little demonstration of the setup. So the this lever kind of irrelevant on this setup, because when you turn on the water, the tap just works. I mean, you can control how much, but it's putting a lot of pressure back down onto the pump when you do that, and it's kind of not really what you want. So I'll just kind of leave it open and then just turn it on and off to get the water. And obviously you can just control the flow a bit with the tap handle. So works kind of well, and I would definitely recommend this, and I'll leave the links to all the parts I've used, so you can build the same in your camper van. But yeah, works fine, and very little issues. You just got to make sure everything seals well. But yeah, other than that, all is good. Alright, so a little bit has happened since the last time I turned on the camera, and that is as to regards this worktop, which is now varnished and fixed down. Now you saw me install the water system for the sink and the tap. They're still just temporarily installed. You need to actually go along and fix the sink in, bolt it in, seal it. This cooker thing is screwed in. I mean, basically it's just one screw that holds it down, and this thing is going nowhere. But I have, once I kind of mock this up, realised that as soon as you put something on here, the heat is just going to go out the sides, so the wall is going to get very hot. So I went online and found somewhere that made cut stainless steel to size, and that's what you see at the back here. So this pretty much the height I want, and sits flush with this bit of the wall here, but obviously as you can see the wall ends here, so we just need to cut this corner off to make it fit nicely. Now I say just cut it off, and any of you that have worked with stainless steel before know that it can be a bit of a pain. So I've never cut stainless steel before, so it should definitely make this interesting. So let's get it marked up and let's get cutting. And then after we've cut the stainless steel, we've also got some more Victron equipment that's arrived today. There is meant to be another one of these, but for some reason they only sent one, not two. And also, did I mention that the foam for the bench has arrived? So yeah, it's all starting to come together rather quickly, and I'm losing track of what I've documented and what I haven't. So do excuse me, things are moving very quickly and it is very hectic at the moment. The fabric for the seats is also on its way, along with the fabric for the curtains for here and this window, and obviously the other window as well. So yeah, things are moving on very nicely, and we'll be out and about before we know it, which is what we want. Alright, good morning and welcome back to the van. It's been a couple of days, but that's because I've been waiting on more things. So one of the things we're going to crack on with today is to get this curtain rail up in this area here. So I found this rail from a curtain from the house. It's no longer needed, so we're going to put that up here. That's going to be the curtains, and we're going to have blinds on the side windows. So yeah, let's get this cut down and get this installed. Curtain track is up and it's looking good. I haven't put one in the middle, so there is a bit of flex, but like when we're driving and the curtains are open, all the weight's gonna be at this end anyway, so I don't think it should be too much of a problem, but I guess we'll find out. So let's move on to trimming the edge of the floor here and the edge of the floor by the back doors as well. So that's gonna be the next job. Alright, so that is the edge of the floor trimmed by the side door and by the back doors as well. So yeah, let's move on to the next thing on the list. Alright, so I haven't kind of filmed much really, and I don't know what you saw, but I've just made some can holders as well for the old gas, so that can sit in this cupboard, because the lock isn't going to hold one of these in if we have to break shop. So spare cans will go in there, and in here, one there for the three extra ones. So yeah, that's the gas situation for the stove. Then in this cupboard, obviously, pots and pans just rest in there. I just need to get some cable trunking for that. And then yeah, I've got a few like plastic tray pieces to go on the doors. But one of my next things to work out is how to transport the plates. That's my next thing. So yeah, I've come up with an inventive solution for that. Oh, also, I've added this piece of wood down here. Nice little hinge, which is going to lock onto the bed. Just to kind of give that a bit of extra strength, make sure the bottom piece doesn't slide out. So yeah, let's work out how we're going to transport the plates. Alright, so I just took delivery of my roof rack this morning, although it's kind of all got split up because I've only got 3 out of the 4 boxes, so I don't actually have any of the bolts yet, which is annoying because it's quite a big item to kind of put anywhere other than the roof of a van. So oh well, we'll see if he turns up later. Yeah, his van was a bit of a mess, so let's hope he's just buried somewhere. So yeah, in the meantime, we're just going to crack on and finish getting these bits of wood cut up and painted, like this one, for the cupboards. So I've got one more to make for the back cupboard. So let me turn the lights on. So this cupboard here, I'm going to put a compartment on the back of this door here for like toiletries and things like that. So it's right next to the sink. I've just finished, the glue is drying for the plate rack that's going to go here. So yeah, it's all coming together now. So hopefully some of you will notice that the foam has disappeared off of here. That's because that's gone to get upholstered, and we have fitted some curtains. So one job for today is to get the blinds cut for the 2 windows. So yeah, got quite a bit to do today. Alright, so it's come to that time that I just unpack the roof rack and we're going to start and get it on. So just put the mounting brackets on, and I just managed to get the first one on the roof. So yeah, let's get the next 2 on and get them bolted together. Alright, so you just saw me get the other 2 frames up, so we actually have a complete rack. I've literally just got these bolts in here, just so it holds it together. So yeah, we have a roof rack. Just need to actually fix it to the roof. Alright, so it's been a little bit, and I've finally got the roof rack secured to the van. Now I didn't show you any of that because, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit of a struggle. So let's go up the ladder. And we can see fixed on these clamps here, and they go all the way down the rack. And just strap the solar panel on just temporarily. Now I did break one of the bolts, so I'm going to go out and get one of them. It's like one of these little things with a square heady bit on. So yeah, I need to go and see if I can find some of them. But yeah, other than that, looks good. So yeah, it's yeah, super happy with it actually. Really happy with it. Yeah. It's looking good. Right, so next thing I'm going to get some look at some way of actually securing the solar panel on like properly, so it's securely mounted, not just the strap. So yeah, that will be one of the next things. But I've also got another little like shelf cupboardy bit to fix onto one of the doors that I just need to make. So I'll probably show you how to make that, because I haven't shown you any of the others. But yeah, it's coming along all right. All right, so I've got my soap dispenser. So we're going to just drill into the worktop. So I've just marked it, so it's going to be on this side here, about there like that. So yeah, hopefully we'll be all right. It would probably look better on the other side, but it's not going to sit in line with the tap. It's sort of same spacing, so don't know whether that'll look better or worse. So we're just going to put it over to one side, gives us a bit more workspace here. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'll just set you up and we'll drill a hole. Aye, it certainly is. We have a soap dispenser. And there's just a little bottle that you fill up and it just unscrews and put soap in there. Job done. So yeah, it's a nice little luxury added to the van. Alright, some big news, and I mean I didn't film any of this, so if we just shut the door and turn on the lights, you can probably see the blinds. So blinds up, we've got the curtains and the other blind. So as from a point of like upholstery work, it's pretty much done. I've just got to shorten these straps on this window because we had to just readjust how they fit. So I'm just going to cut them off about there, just so they don't hang down too much in front of the window. But yeah, tomorrow we'll I'll show you the blinds. We'll put them down. I just don't have the tripod at the moment. Don't remember where that's gone, so I've got to go and find that. As with anything here, I am terrible for losing things. But yeah, the van is virtually done. I've got one tray left to add onto this inside of this door, and I think that is all the building work, which is pretty impressive. Next stop, Scotland. So yeah, let's get this finished up and let's hit the road. Let's hit the road. Right, I'll catch you tomorrow. Alright, so it's been a couple of days, and well, don't know whether any of you know, but these videos are a couple of weeks behind the actual progress of the van. So yeah, I've took a bit of a break, not much has happened since the roof rack went on, but I have booked it in for some mechanical work now, which is kind of one of the last steps to do. So I'm going to show you something else we're going to do in the van today, just to hide and trim some of the back pieces. Whether it's going to work, I don't know, we'll find out. But yeah, let's we've got a few cleaning bits and pieces as well left, and then we're pretty much ready to hit the road. So the next episode will be heading out on a trip. So yeah, there might be a pause in the videos, I don't know, we'll see, because work's taking hold of it. So yeah, well, let's get cracking. Alright, so I'm just sitting here editing together this episode, and I realise how disjointed this is. Now, all the videos to this point have been a couple of weeks behind the van build, but this episode is not, as disjointedness shows, because I've been waiting for certain bits and I kind of forgot where I'd filmed up to and things like that. So unfortunately, it's going to be a bit bitty. But anyway, we're off to Scotland tomorrow, so there's going to be no video for at least the next week, because I'll be travelling around, we won't have internet. So yeah, it's probably going to be 2 weeks before we have a video now. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed this. There's going to be a van tour coming too. You can see the final van. But yeah, till then, I'll catch you in the next one.